the Samsung Clinic and the nurses that did that very distasteful training.
I want to take a second and kind of piggyback off of this fellow content creator's sentiment, because she is absolutely correct. So make sure that you go and watch her video. But even more importantly, let's look at the fact that these 8 professionals, were fired from their job, but they should not be allowed to practice medicine in any capacity. I don't care if it's at an assisted living facility. I don't care if it's taking temperatures or checking people in or registering people at a medical facility. They should not be allowed to practice medicine in any way, shape, or form. Not only did they violate HIPAA, but they also violated the very oath that they took when becoming a medical professional. Let that sink in. See, as a woman, you are never taken seriously when it comes to a medical ailment. As somebody who has had a chronic pain condition for the last 5 years, I have spent a lot of money. I've gone to a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists, a lot of medication protocols, trying to find the right cocktail to help ease my symptoms and to finally get a diagnosis. And it took them almost 5 years. 5 years. And in that 5 years, it was made up. It was in my head. It was psychosomatic. Well, it turns out that my condition is incurable from traumatic brain injuries due to car accidents. So as somebody that, as a fellow female, knowing what goes on for a pelvic exam, having to strip down your skivvies and hide your underwear because, you know, that's a faux pas, and we've been trained and it's been ingrained in us to be embarrassed by having a menstrual cycle. We have to hide our tampons. We have to hide our period disc. We have to hide our menstrual cups, our pads, whatever it is that you use. We're shamed into being embarrassed by our own bodies, and that's absolutely ridiculous. So when I go into a doctor's office, I shouldn't have to be worried about whether their medical professionals are going to pose next to bodily fluids and most likely lube from the leftover remnants of my exam. So to the 8 individuals that were fired, congratulations. Unfortunately, my tax dollars have to pay for your unemployment, but you know what? That's a small price to pay, knowing that you aren't going to be able to violate anybody else's trust and anybody else's right to healthcare privacy. And to the Samsung clinic, I hope you go out of business. I hope you never financially recover from this. And I hope all 9 of you, corporation included, with those 8 professionals, I hope you all have the day that you deserve.